Hello everybody, today I'll be showing you a few games with the KIKKA today, and I will show you how conservative you have to be with this plane. The reason being is because you only have two guns that store only 100 bullets. Now this means if you were to play this plane, every bullet really counts. So as the video progresses, I'll be telling you guys what I was thinking and kind of explaining why I did it. Enjoy! Now for the second kill, I end up missing a lot of shots because this is my first game of the day. At this BR, the KIKKA has a very good roll rate along with a good turn time, but you have to always make sure that there's nobody behind you because this plane is quite fragile. After that struggle of a kill, I'm already halfway through my ammo, which really shows how conservative you have to be with this plane. I put down my flaps here to get my nose on the enemy faster. Since this plane has 30 mils, it really packs a punch, as you can see here. A little bit later after that kill, I spot this SU-9 that tries to run away from me, but however I am faster, so I eventually hawk him down and catch up to him. I get a really good hit on this SU-9, which pretty much cripples him into leading him to his death. After my fourth and final kill, I end up struggling with this F2H before my teammates actually kill him. For my second match, I end up going for this Italian strike aircraft. Unfortunately, I only get a few hits my first pass. As I'm turning for this guy, I'm looking around to make sure there's no enemies trying to sneak up on me. After securing my first kill of the match, I see that there's a lot of enemies forming a fur ball behind me, so I end up extending and helping out one of my teammates. I thought I was going to be able to kill this SU-9 here, but I missed my shots, which is quite unfortunate. For some reason I end up taking a few dangerous head-ons which could have cost me the game. Luckily, none of their bullets hit me. I try to catch up to this SU-9, however, before I can intercept him, there's a meteor behind me that I had to take care of. I throw my plane side to side to make sure the enemy doesn't get any shots off on me. If my teammate didn't help the time he did, I might have been toast. Later into the match, I end up getting a pretty easy kill because I think this guy was AFK. I end up getting a pretty easy kill here because this SU-9 is already damaged from my other teammate. I also used up my last bullets here, so I end up going back to base to resupply on ammo. One of the cool features of this aircraft, it gets boosters for its takeoff. Now that I'm fully resupplied, I can go help my teammate with this SK-60. This bomber almost kills me, but thankfully, he misses his shots. I know that this is the last guy, so I fully commit to this amazing head-on, and I come out victorious, with minimal damage. For my last match, I get down tiered, and I get to face props, which is a big upside to the KIKKA. Since I'm a jet, I can easily outrun these two props. Climbing up for this prop puts me in a bad position, while there's another prop coming in to try and kill me. I make sure to do my best to roll out of the way of his bullets, which almost hit me. I decide to dive away and put some distance between me and the enemy. Here, I'm very impatient, so I turn in a little bit early, almost costing me my life. This time around, I make sure to get enough distance and go for the head-on. Thankfully, I have pretty good aim here. I decide to dive on his teammate because it seems like he doesn't have much energy at all. Knowing that this is one of the last enemies, I decide to dive on this guy in style, while almost hitting the ground. This enemy turns in a little bit too early to give me the chance to kill him. Unfortunately, I only get a few hits. I see that the enemy is still pretty maneuverable, so I decide to disengage and run away. The dude that was just previously chasing me decides to go head on with another friendly KIKKA and decides to sacrifice himself for the Emperor. At this point in the match, I realize I only have 10 bullets left, so I decide to play passively and extend, and use the energy to my advantage. I create some separation here to reassess my situation and how I can shoot this guy down. This pilot is pretty good at what he does because as soon as I dive, he turns just to make it harder for me to get a shot off on him. I notice this, so I go back up and try and line up a better approach. As I dive again, he decides to do the same thing, so I end up going up again. I decide to dive down on him and take some shots at him because it seems like he doesn't have much energy. Unfortunately, I miss those shots, so I use my energy to pull away. In this point in time, I don't think I'm going to win, so I ask my teammate to come over because I think I'm going to miss my last shots. Then I think to myself that I still have ammo, so I decide to come back around and take my last shots. I dive on him using my last shots and end up getting his wingtip, making him unable to pull up from the ocean, which brings him to his watery death. If you made it this far into the video, I hope you enjoyed, and please leave down in the comments what you would like to see me play next. Sorry I haven't been uploading lately, I've been just very lazy and I haven't been getting good games at all. See you guys in the next video.